Strategic Planning in Action, a real-world case. This section guides the reader through the strategic planning process undertaken by a company that contracted with the authors to facilitate it. The process involved the company's executive management team and took place over a 3-day period at an off-site location away from the company's facility. This particular company was selected as an example because the process it underwent is representative of what most companies go through in developing a comprehensive strategic plan. When the company was just over a year from having to make the transition from 8A status to the competitive marketplace, its executive management team decided the company needed a strategic plan. For several years, this executive had been so busy establishing the company and helping it grow that they had given little thought to what would happen to DMC once it graduated from the 8A program. Would the company be able to compete successfully in the open marketplace? Should it attempt to diversify into other markets, or should the executives simply sell the company and move on to other endeavors? These questions had begun to weigh heavily on the minds of the DMC executives when the CEO suggested they hire a strategic planning consultant, go through the process and see what transpires. The DMC executives hired the authors and went through the strategic planning process. Overview of the process. The authors explained that in order to come away with an acceptable draft of a strategic plan, the executives would need 3 days of uninterrupted, fully focused work. The authors explained all of the various components of the strategic plan like vision, the SWOT analysis, mission, guiding principles, and broad strategic goals. That the session would conclude with the development of broad strategic goals and would be scheduled during which the executive would develop the action plan component, and the action plan session would involve a broader group that in addition to the executive management team would include other management and supervisory personnel. Developing the vision. Before developing a vision for DMC, the company's executive management team had to decide if there would even be a DMC after graduation from the 8A program. Going ahead with the company would mean risking the investment of both their time and their money in DMC. Or in the other hand, these executives could probably sell their shares in the company, walk away with a handsome profit and find high-level positions with other firms in their respective fields, or even help start another 8A company. The authors lead participants through a lengthy discussion that revolved around the following questions, which came from the SWOT analysis, like should DMC stick with just domestic military markets or expand into the commercial marketplace? 2. Should DMC consider pursuing contracts with foreign militaries, or should DMC pursue international commercial contracts? Answering this question was the most difficult part of a strategic planning process for DMC's executives. How they answered these questions would determine everything else about the future of the company and correspondingly about their professional futures. With these answers, the authors were able to lead participants through the process of developing a vision statement that would encompass their dreams for DMC. This is the vision of DMCs. Delcor Manufacturing Company will be an international leader in the production of low-voltage power supply for aircraft. The SWOT analysis. Prior to beginning the SWOT analysis, the authors placed 4 large charts in the room. The charts were labeled strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Sa strengths ng DMCs, yung strength nila is yung strong manufacturing capability, solid business contacts in the Department of Defense industry, a proven track record of excellent performance in completing contracts on time, and low turnover rate with regard to critical employees. Ang nakikita naman nila na weaknesses sa DMC is yung no experience outside of the Department of Defense market, no marketing component, no experience being the lead contractor on a major project, and no research and development component. Sa opportunities naman is yung nakikita nila dito yung expansion into commercial aircraft markets, expansion into international commercial markets, and expansion into foreign military markets. Sa threats naman na nakikita nila yung DMC's pending loss of its 8A status, potential cutbacks in the development of new military aircraft in the United States, a tight labor market that could inflate labor costs, and the potential for ever-increasing levels of competition for foreign and domestic sources. Developing the mission. The executives at DMC found that developing a vision answers many important questions. With the vision in place, developing a mission statement was not overly difficult. It was just a matter of following the criteria set forth by the authors of well-written mission statements. Most of the discussion focused on wording as opposed to concept. The mission statement, the participant finally decided on reads as follows. Delcor Manufacturing Company is a design and manufacturing firm dedicated to providing high-quality products for the aircraft industry. To this end, DMC designs and manufactures low-voltage power supplies for military and commercial aircraft in the United States and abroad. Ito yung mission ng DMCs. Developing guiding principles. The authors describe guiding principles to participants as written statements that convey DMC's corporate values. They encourage the company's executives to mentally put the following sentence before the guiding principles in order to better understand what they represent. Ito yung statement nila. While pursuing our vision and mission, we will apply the following guiding principles in everyday operation and in all decisions made. The guiding principles developed are as follows: ethics, customer delight, continual improvement, quality, employee empowerment, and partners. Sa ethics, DMC's employees and management personnel are expected to exemplify the highest ethical standards in doing their jobs. Sa customer delight naman, in dealing with customers, DMC will go beyond customer satisfaction to achieve customer delight. Sa continual improvement, dito, continually improving its product, processes, and people is a high priority for DMC. Sa quality, DMC is committed to delivering the highest quality products possible on time or every time. Employee empowerment, DMC is committed to seeking, valuing, and using employee input and feedback. Sa partners naman, DMC is committed to treating its customers, suppliers, and employees as partners. Developing broad strategic goals. These goals had to represent action that, if accomplished, would move the company ever closer to the full realization of its corporate vision. Ito yung final component of the first strategic planning session. Involved dito yung developing broad strategic goals. There are the following developed broad strategic goals for DMC. Una is expand the company's business base to include both military and commercial markets in the United States and abroad. Strengthen all functional units in the company in the area of commercial products and markets. Expand the company's core capabilities to include both design and manufacturing. Fully achieve Six Sigma quality level in manufacturing low voltage power supplies. Develop and implement a supplier certification program to create a reliable group of dependable high quality supplier partners. And last one is establish a comprehensive training program to maximize the capabilities of all employees at all levels in the company. With the broad strategic objectives established, the strategic portion of the plan was completed. Developing an action plan for carrying out the strategic portion of the plan would be scheduled later, after the MC's executive management team had communicated the vision, mission, guiding principles, and broad strategic goals to all employees. Just 2 years after the MC graduated from the 8A program, it had expanded from under 500 employees to almost 700, and its business base was growing steadily. The company now is well established in both commercial and military markets in the United States and abroad. So, yung plan na dinevelop nila during yung 3-day off-site session is nag-work. Kaya yung strategic plan na ginawa nila is naging successful. So, yan lang po.